Hey everybody, my name is Mr. Devlin and welcome to the presentation that's going to give you a little bit more information about the TV program and the media studio here in the high school. Now, if you want a little bit of a window into some of the programs that we do, you might be able to kind of learn and see a little bit by just kind of checking out some student work. In the high school, we actually have our own YouTube channel that is dedicated to the students that are part of the media program, and this is where we post their documentaries, some of their projects, whether it be a TV show. We also have things like graduation and the telethon and whatnot that is also included on our channel, but we also have an Instagram and a Twitter account. So if you're new to the high school and you're just kind of interested to find out a little bit about what kind of things the media program does and creates, that's a really great place to look as a resource to dive into what we can do in the TV studio. Here's a screenshot of our YouTube channel. This is showing you our most popular videos as of this morning. This past summer, we put out in the advanced class a documentary that was all about Fred Rogers' life, and we actually were able to interview Mrs. Joanne Rogers in her house. It was our last interview that she gave before she passed away, which ended up being a really special project that our students got to be a part of. Now, the videos that are on our YouTube channel typically are not the videos that freshmen may make in the Elements of Digital Video course, but students that take another advanced class down the road. And once in a while, we do put some of the video projects up from the Elements of Digital Video course, but this will just give you a nice little preview of some of that student work. So if you're looking at the curriculum, there's a couple courses that students can take in the TV studio that are related to creating media, but the one that specifically would be best for freshmen is Elements of Digital Video. There's no prerequisite. It's a student, or it's a class that allows students to kind of dive right in and learn all the elements of creating a video. Specifically, when we get into equipment, students actually can use their phone or a camera that they have to take all the videos. We have iPads that are available for students as well, but I like students to take their own device and apply all of the different techniques that we are going to be learning to a device that they're using all of the time. Because it's not so much about learning equipment in the class as it is about the skills that we're going to hone in creating videos. Now, that being said, we're going to specifically be editing with a program called Final Cut Pro, which is like an advanced version of iMovie that's very popular in the industry. But the nice part about it is if students do take another course down the road, they've already learned how to use Final Cut Pro. So we have that on all of the computers in the TV studio. Within the course, as I mentioned, we are essentially just teaching students how to put together a video from start to finish. If you're looking conceptually how you put together an idea, looking at storyboards and how you transition and go from one video to another is kind of the basics where it starts. But where we spend a lot of time at the beginning of the year is video composition, taking a look at how can we best frame our subject to get the most cinematic or artistic looking shot, depending on what we're trying to convey or record. So sometimes there's industry standards. For instance, if you're filming interviews for maybe a news segment or talking heads and B-roll, there's a specific way of doing things. But throughout the semester, we're going to be creating all different kinds of media. So we're going to be learning about camera movement. We're going to be learning about copyright and fair use as well, so that once students film a video and put it together and learn how to edit it, it's also meeting fair use criteria so that it can be shared and put anywhere legally. As you can imagine, throughout this whole process, we're learning how to film. We're learning and practicing some of those techniques, but we're also taking all those video clips that we create and film and mashing them together into some video projects. And that is essentially how students are going to be assessed. What you're going to see here is just a couple other skills that I think get developed in the TV studio as we work throughout the semester. These probably happen more coincidentally than they do intentionally throughout the curriculum. As I mentioned, the majority of student projects that they'll be turning in will be videos. It's not like I'm going to be requiring a lot of writing or a lot of research. The best way for students to learn about creating videos is to make them. I try to be really budget friendly with time in terms of giving time for students in class to be able to film, edit, letting them know up front, hey, we've got a video project coming up so that they can have a big pocket of time if they need to record something over the weekend or with family or friends. So we're real flexible with how we present some of the video projects. Now, in terms of putting together the videos, this essentially just ties back to all of the curriculum. Anytime we have some mini lessons in class and we're learning, for instance, about techniques for camera framing, we'll take a look at some examples, maybe look at some videos, and then students are going to practice that technique on their own. So as you can see on the left with Will Smith playing the genie there, that's one of the basic assignments that we start off at the beginning of the year as we're learning about the basic camera framing that is used in photography and videography as well. On the right, the example with Mission Impossible, that's just a little screenshot from Schoology that shows you what kind of assessment students are putting together in terms of a video project after they've learned about the different types of camera movement. So there are things when they turn in this video project. They can have fun and put together any cast of characters that they want, whether it be a dog trying to get a bunch of cookies that he sees on the counter or some other kind of silly scenario that they want to create a mission. And essentially, it doesn't matter about who it is or what it is. It's about how it's filmed. So specifically, you can see in red text there, those are some of the moving camera shots that we talk about in class, how to film them, how they're used, and then students practice on their own video project, finding out ways that those can go together. This is a class that I would encourage any student to take if they have an interest in making videos, whether they want to go into it professionally, whether it's just a hobby. I also think these skills just apply to learning to take your own videos for whatever it is that you do in life professionally as well. Two students that I like to typically say they may not be the best fit for this class are the students that don't want to be in any films or will say that they have no one that they can film. Throughout the semester, because we're doing so many video projects, if there's absolutely no one that someone can film, it becomes really challenging. Yes, students can sometimes film pets for some different activities. There's opportunities to use classmates and network at school if students want, but that's one student I may stray away from the class. And the other student would maybe be someone specifically who just doesn't like working with computers. Doesn't happen very often, but if there's someone that doesn't like working on a Mac, we do edit on those pretty frequently. So I like students to know that before they take the class. Now, at the end of my presentation, this is a spot where if you want to throw out a question, you're welcome to type it, or you can turn on your mic and ask it. But that kind of wraps up what I wanted to share. If I didn't get a question for you, you're welcome to hang around and I can answer it. But if you got all the information that you wanted, thank you so much for listening in, and I hope you have a good night.